Bakala, Yalala, 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 Kene Shabbat, Nekavela, Lecha Dodi, Bakala, Yalala, 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 Kene Shabbat, Nekavela, Shamor Vezachor, Veidor Echad, Ishmianu, El Hamer Echad, Adonai Echad, Shemor Echad, Leshem L'Tiferet, Ve'Litila. Everybody, Lecha Dodi, Librakala, Yalala, 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 K'nei Shabbat, Nekavela, Lecha Dodi, Librakala, Yalala, 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 K'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, Ki Va'orech, Uri, Shedaveri, Kevod Adonai, Elayich Nikla. Everybody, Lecha Dodi, Librakala, Yalala, 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 K'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. Lecha Dodi, Librakala, Yalala, 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 K'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. Verse 9. V'oi v'shalom ateret vala, gam v'simcha v'tzola, toch emunei am segula, v'oi chala, v'oi chala. Everybody, Lecha Dodi, Librakala, Yalala, 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 K'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. Lecha Dodi, Librakala, Yalala, 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 K'nei Shabbat, Nekavela. Please be seated. And now we're going to separate our Kabbalat Shabbat portion from our worship portion with the, if you'll please turn to Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yikadav, Yikadav Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma Divrach Yirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon V'yom V'chon, V'chayechon Beit Yisrael, V'hagala, V'hagala, V'bizmahan Kadri V'merel. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach, Le'alam Olam Ve'amaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitpa'ar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh, Yit Hadar, Yit Halev, Yit Halal, Shemei Dekudashah, Rechu, Leila Min Kol Berchata, B'Shirata, Tishbechata, Benechemata, Damiran, Be'alma, V'Yimeru. Amen. And the Baruch Hu can be found on page 146. Rise if you are able. Yai, dai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 yai, dai. Please be seated. We have our evening prayer, our Ma'ariv, our Ravim on page 148, and let's read on the bottom of 149 together We read this all the time, but think about everything that's going on in the world today and think about what it means for it to be an hour of change. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of life. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of life. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim, v'bivuna meshaneh itim u'machalif et hazmanim, v'misader et hakokavim v'mishmerotehem barakira, kirtzono. Borayom v'layla, v'leil or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or, v'mavir yom v'mevi layla, v'mavdil ben yom v'layla, Adonai Sevaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam, Tamid Yimloch Leinu Leilam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam on page 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Yisrael by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them. For they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. And let us read on the bottom of page 151 together. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Amo Yisrael. And now our Shema on page 152 and 153. If you'd like to stand, please do. If you'd like to be seated, however you can connect to the quiet stillness within yourself where Adonai can speak to you. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Please be seated. And the Ve'ahavta can be found on page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shitecha v'veitecha v'velektecha v'derech v'v'shofecha v'v'kumecha v'kushartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu le'totafot b'neinecha v'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'visharecha leman tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hiyatem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Emet. And now we move forward into our service with the Micha Mocha, and let us read on the bottom of 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and your love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again, we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Micha Mocha, if you'd like to get up and dance. You want to dance? Anyone in a dancing mood? You don't want to dance today? Mark, you want to dance? Mark Reichert's ready to dance. Deborah, you going to dance with Mark Reichert? Okay. Is it just going to be a little duo? Jeremy's up for it. Oh, Sandra's coming in too. Who else? Shelley, get on in there and dance with them. I knew you were just dying to do it over there. Who else? Somebody, Kathy, get up over here. Stuart, come on, get on in there. Come on, shake your tushy for God. Okay, are we ready? Micho Mocha, page 138. Sorry, Dan, but our dancers were giving me the eye like, okay, how much longer? But it says something when the 85 and 90-year-olds are out there dancing along with the youngins. I gotta say, you are an example for us all. Top of page 161, let us read. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Hashkivenu, on page 160. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim U'faros aleinu sukat shlomecha U'faros aleinu sukat shlomecha Amen. U'faros aleinu sukat, sukat, shalom U'faros aleinu sukat, sukat, shalom lecha. And now we have Vishamru Finkelstein on page 162. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashavat la'asot et hashavat ledodotam be'rinit olam. Everybody! Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashavat B'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael, b'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael, od hi le'olam, od hi le'olam, v'shameru b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראשית העולם. Yay! Top of page 163, let us read together. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. So the stress, the revolution, the wars, the anxiety, the poverty, the struggle, the famine, all of it, the anxiety, the doubt, the woe, it just happens all the time. Once upon a time happens all the time. But it's how we rise to the challenge. It's how we embrace the journey with faith and fortitude that, yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that does not mean we are going to heaven. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it means that there's an end to our distress. So we pray for that light to envelop us as we rise, and we remember our ancestors, the Amidah, on page 164 and the following pages. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftahu Fi Yadi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zocher hastei avot v'imahot, u'mevi gila livnei v'nehem, leman shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshiach magin, baruch atah Adonai, magin Avraham v'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atah rav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechakel chayim b'chesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayim emunato, lishenei alfar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom elah, melech v'mit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hametim, atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'kadoshim b'chol yom, yehalalu chasela, baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Well, it's an interesting parsha. This Shabbat, does anyone know what it is? Parsha Balak. In Parsha Balak, a donkey saves the day by speaking truth to power. Evil plots to destroy us, and divine intervention flips the script from curse to blessing. Our Torah is a living document. It is an ongoing testament to the power of God and humanity when you have faith and you persevere against all odds. We are in challenging times, to be sure, and the future ahead seems dubious at best. Political parties and people take sides to uphold their version of the truth, while chaos threatens all of our lives. Social unrest, assassination attempts, this is not who we are or were ever meant to be. The Torah is clear. We err all the time. We succumb to our folly and weakness. We can be manipulated, and we are also manipulating. We can be arrogant, distrusting, full of fear, and act out accordingly. And yet, time and again, our humanity is our best asset. Our ability to look beyond our struggle with hope that the promise is right around the corner. It didn't happen easily. We oftentimes were unruly and impatient, longing, looking for something more comfortable times when we were actually even enslaved. We knew what that was. We didn't like where we were, and we didn't know where we were going. Amidst the harsh reality of our existence and our wandering. Somehow, though, we persevered, and we survived long enough to let the next generation have a chance. Thousands of years later, we are faced with a similar task. It would seem that not much has actually changed. There are different players, but the plot twists and the cast are the same. How do we flip the script? How do we survive in the face of evil, doubt, and turmoil? How do we carry on when corrupt individuals carry out their agendas, marching to the beat of their own drummer? How does a 20-year-old, barely grown individual come to commit an unspeakable act of terror? And others well, all around the world, this goes on, here and abroad. Evil always threatens to destroy us. The merit of who we are is how we deal with it. What choices do we make? Are we willing to step up and fight for what we believe is right? And that is the key. As a global humanity, many of us are. However, the truth is seen from the point of view of the player. Everyone is entitled to have the right of a different version of what they will fight to the death to pursue. God gave us free will. We can choose to be good or not. We can choose to fight for what we believe in, even if the person next to us doesn't believe the same thing. That's what we have, the right to think, to feel, to be. When we look at Parsha Balak, evil set out to destroy us. And no matter how many times it tried to succeed, it did not prevail. Curse was turned into blessing, the blessing that we say every Shabbat in our Ma Tovu prayer. The prophet Balaam was sent out to curse us by Balak, the king of Moab. His donkey spoke to him. God spoke to him. And eventually, he went, and what came forth from his mouth, rather than curse, was blessing. So there's a parallel here at Passover time when we were trying to get to that point of the Exodus, and Moses kept going to Pharaoh and saying, all the different things, let my people go, and he kept saying, no, no, no. It is said that God went in and actually hardened Pharaoh's heart. When it comes to the donkey, it is thought that angels were there speaking through the donkey, but actually when Balaam went to look down in the valley and curse the Israelites, it's as if God took over his own being and his power of speech, and instead of curse came forth blessing. Balaam was, in a sense, a vehicle to once again show that Adonai is with us always, walking beside us, watching over us, and that we have the choice. We had the choice to go forward and do evil or go forward and do something that was good and true and full of blessing. It would seem that when things are most dark and we cannot see the forest from the trees, that all is lost. And yet, a ray of light can peek through and turn the darkness of night into a glorious day. Situations can turn quickly, even on a dime. The scenario can flip if we just hold on and persevere. Our faith and our strength of conviction is needed now more than ever. There are so many things that we are not in control of. Chaos ensues and war is the color of the day between nations and within our own homes, at our tables, in our groups of gatherings. Friends and families are torn apart with differing values and perspectives. However, ultimately, to a degree, everyone wants what is right. It's just that one person thinks this is right and another person thinks that is right. It's just that their point of view might be, according to you, skewed, as well as their truth when it's butting up against the other. We are meant to include the other at our Seder tables, seeking Mashiach, that time of perfect peace, and redemption through inclusivity, retelling the hardships of our past times so that we can remember, and embracing the order, Seder means order, that can somehow balance out the chaos. We have within us centuries of DNA that have been faced with destruction and, yes, triumph. We may not be able to control outcomes, but we can show up, we can fight for what we think is right, and we continue to put one foot in front of the other, always moving forward. Time, situations, life goes by swiftly. The work of our generation will leave things undone for the next, and hopefully with the promise of turning curse into blessing. So how will this be achieved? Our Haftarah for this Shabbat, you might know the prophet Micah or Michael comes from that. It states, "You have been told, O mortal, what is good and what God requires of you, only to do justice and to love goodness and to walk modestly with your God." This is our task. This is what we must remember as everything seems to crumble around us and chaos appears to rule the day. The prophet Micah was actually a leader and a champion for the oppressed, those that were oppressed by spiritual and political and physical leaders. We can only hope and pray that a divinely inspired talking donkey will come along to shed some light on the darkness and to reveal the blessing. Two people can see an accident very differently and maintain the truth of their perspective. We can only pray and hope that a middle path will be revealed and ultimate destiny will prevail on the side of goodness and light. So once again, in the words of Micah, "You have been told, O mortal, what is good and what God requires of you, only to do justice and to love goodness, and to walk modestly with your God." May it be so. May we merit the blessing, and may we obliterate the curse. May we do this together as one humanity, one people, indivisible under God. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. So, you know I don't like to do politics on the bima. That's as close as we're going to get. Although, actually, Joel, I was reading an email from you about politics on the bima. I think actually you were mad at Diana, saying, why can't the rabbi do politics on the bima? This is terrible. We just don't want everything to be, loosey-goosey and light or something like that. But the reality is that this is where we come to heal. This is where we come to recharge ourselves and to have faith and fortitude in the future. And I'm so glad you're here, Joel. And I'm so glad that all of you are here, because we being here is a step in the right direction. It's a step towards, every time we kindle the light, creating order out of the chaos. Chaos is normal. I mean, we get kind of trapped in it, we get scared of it. But chaos, you know, the world was tohu vavohu, the world was chaos. And then God separated the heavens and the waters and created this beautiful life that we have. So that being said, we are going to install, Crystal, come on forward, our sisterhood, lovely women who are volunteering and devoting themselves to Adonai, to Torah, to Emet. And if you look on the kitchen, there's a little heart on the mezuzah to signify the beautiful women that we have here. So Crystal's going to call them up.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I wanted to first thank the outgoing Sisterhood Board and call all of you up, before I say who the new board is. So if you would come up here and so that we can recognize you. So let's see here. Fran, if you would come up. And Pat. And let's see, what else do we have here? Sunny. And I'd like to present each one of you with a rose. It pales in comparison with the work you guys have done.
With little ribbons and everything. Well, it's not like in Beauty and the Beast even. Your rose is all full of, I know it's The Bachelor, but I'm going a step farther.
Now, there are several people who were not able to come this evening. Heather and Judy Fradkin and Wendy Wengrow. And Robin Brenner. They were all these ladies worked hard with the temple and, help with food and with the High Holy Day services. And you see them working all the time. And I just want to thank you all so much for being such a great board. Thank you. Now, some of these ladies have agreed to a second year. Well, yeah, as a case may be. So I would like to, the new board, Deborah Goldberg has agreed to help us out in the new year, and I'm inviting her up. And again, Robin Brenner was not able to come, and Heather was not able to come, but I wanted to give you a, could you pass that down to Deborah? Thank you. Anyway. And those out there who would like to join the sisterhood, I invite you to do so and send in your application for that and your $36 membership fee. We'd love to have you, and if you want to start a club, that would be great, or perhaps do something with the High Holy Days. We'd love to have you. So anyway, thank you all so much.
Now, at Shabbat, we are meant to sometimes have 2 halot. You know, sometimes we have 2, but now we're saving and economizing and all that, so we only have 1. So that means that we should always have a double portion. So I don't know, do you have enough to give each one of them a second rose? A double portion?
Yeah, maybe.
It's just like the 2 candlesticks. There's that partnership and that love and the partnership that Sister has with the temple, and really most sisterhoods around the world. The sisterhoods are the beating heart of everything that we do. And now, Crystal.
Yes.
These are for you. You're giving out roses.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, you were meant, obviously, to have your own bouquet. Okay, you guys, don't leave. I have to do your official installation as your rabbi. Okay, Okay. Those who are being installed, stay up here in the light of the Lord. Okay, here we all are with your fabulous Crystal. And did we discuss what their different roles are? Do you want to tell everybody? Okay.
I'm the president, and Fran is our parliamentarian, and Sunny is our treasurer from last year and this year. And Sandra has gone from being liaison with the temple board to being recording secretary. And let's see, Deborah is going to be head of membership, VP of membership. Robin Brenner will continue being corresponding secretary. And Heather, yeah, thank you. Heather is going to be the liaison between our board and the temple board, as well as like entertainment, festivities, that sort of thing.
Well, she's certainly good at that, along with her husband, Jeremy. Thank you, and thank you, Crystal, for being the head of all the women, the matriarch of the sisterhood. So now, what is Torah? Torah is like pure water, which washes us clean and refreshes us. Torah is like honey, which sweetens our lives and preserves us from the bitterness of hatred. Torah is like a shield which protects us from the violence of wicked people, from the danger that's around us. Torah is like a crown which sets us above all other creatures, making us like monarchs. Torah is like a path given by God, which shows us the way out of trouble and brings us toward peace. Therefore, let us not depart from the study of Torah, for in Torah we can find everything we need to make our lives good, which is why we always do a parsha and talk about it and make it valid for our lives at the moment. So therefore, let us not depart from the study of Torah. We can find everything that we need. As our teachers say, whoever honors the Torah will in turn be honored by all. From Pirkei Avot, so from generation to generation, may the words of Torah continue forth, and may the love and the light that you all bring as our sisterhood continue to carry Emet forward. Your heart, your soul, your volunteerism, your dedication, and your ability to be the women. Each one of you is an Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor, but be the women that lead us forward. Thank you for all you do at High Holy Days and all you do for Shabbat in our services. And for this moment, may we all rise. We're going to do the Birkat Kohanim now. We will officially install you, and we want to bless you. So if you want to put your arms around each other. May God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you. May God be with you always and grant you peace. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha. Shalom. May it be God's will. And so here, Deborah, Mark, Judy, and both Judys are, you can have a seat. Okay. All right, he wants to try to just get the system. Guys, let's move over. Can you come closer to over here in front? Okay, this is good. Come on over here. Okay. All right, get on in here. Don't be afraid of the light. Okay.
Wait, we've got one more.
Okay, let's move in. We can make a little half circle. Okay, are we ready? Fran wants me in the middle, but I was like, no, I don't need to be in the middle. You guys, you're the spotlight. You're who we're highlighting today. Let's sing Siman Tov and Mazel Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov. Yehelanu. 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 Oh, Lecha Yisrael. Yehelanu, go forth into this year with blessing. Not curse, only blessing. So now we're going to transition in our service to our Shabbat Balak prayer. If you will turn to 371. If you talk to Diana, she could let you know how much this actually works. And we have people in our community that are sitting in this room that need a little boost of spirit or physical health and well-being. We have people in our families, and we have people in our country, and we have people all over the world. And so we must think of them and share our energy and our love and once again our light. Tom Klugman fell down and he broke his tibia and his fibula, and he had surgery and has a rod in his leg. After our wonderful Havdalah, he went home and walked the dog and fell down the stairs. So he's been at Little Company since Sunday. He had surgery on Monday, and now he's been transferred to transitional care for some physical therapy. So you see, everything can just change in just a moment. And that's why we have to be mindful of where our feet go, especially as we get older. Even when we're young, how many have you had kids that, you know, fell down, got sprayed, had to have stitches? That's life. There's going to be obstacles, there's going to be turmoil, and there's going to be things that cause us pain and suffering. But there's also going to be the joy of community and sisterhood and brotherhood and family. So at this time, think of your loved ones that need a lift, a boost of light and love. And let us sing Shabbat. Please rise for the Elenu on page 586 as the ark is open. It continues on the following pages. Bottom paragraph. Elenu l'shabeach l'adon hako l'teit g'dola l'yotzer b'reishit shelo asanu kenei haratzon velo samanu k'mishrahot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem V'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korbi, u'mishchachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim ben yoser haaretz, u'moshav yekaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shechinah uzo, v'gov meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, Emet Mokenu Efesulato, Kakatu, Vetorato, Vedata Hayom, Vedata Hayom, Vashevota, Elavavecha, Ki Adonai, Hu HaElohim, Bashamayim, Mima'al, Ve'al Haaretz, Mitachat Enod, 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 Ve'ne'emar, Ve'haya Adonai, Lamelech al kol haaretz, Vayom hahu, Yehieh Adonai echad, U'shemo echad. Please be seated. And now we turn in our service to page 598. It's very interesting as we were, I don't know, can you see that there's more light on me now? So this light was by itself flickering on and off, and then suddenly they were both on, and then there was light. So as we're speaking about turning darkness to light, suddenly we have all this light. So I once had a car that had a license plate that said white light to protect me. So let us embrace the light. And we have our loved ones who have moved forward into that light, and we want to honor them at this time. And we are actually honoring two of our beloved family members. Gail Teicher sponsored this service in honor of her beloved Sandy, and it is their 65th wedding anniversary, so we're actually going to have a little cake. We're going to celebrate Sandy. Did you know that? We're celebrating you. And then Harriet has sponsored the flowers of her beloved husband, Irv. This is his yard site. So we are blessed to have both of you. We were blessed to have them, and we're blessed to be able to honor them at this time. So if anyone has lost anyone in the last 7 days, would you please rise and say your loved one's name? Sorry, there, stay standing. And Judy, stay standing if you can. Sorry to hear. And then the last 30 days, the Shloshim period, if anyone has lost someone in the last 30 days. Deborah? Gail? Anybody else? And then if you've lost anyone in the last 11 months, would you please rise? Okay, Fran. Glenn. Bob. Natalie. Okay. And then Amy. Okay. Richard. And Jeremy. And who might we have back here? May they all be a blessing in heaven, and may they look down upon you with love and light. So we have all the yard sites covered now, everybody? No? Do you have a yard site? Judy? Joy? Harriet? Diana? Tilda? Mark, did you have something?
Yeah, Roberta is Syrian.
Okay.
Mary Baker and my Aunt Molly.
And now, Dan? Anybody else? May they be for blessing on high. So together as a community we'll rise. Kaddish is on page 598. I'll raise my hand when I say V'yimaru, and you can say Amen. If you're at home, say your loved ones' names. And if you believe that they should be celebrated in the divine for the gift of love in your life, then say Amen. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach urutei ve'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalah v'zaman karib v'yimaru. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Lomei Amaya. V'yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitruman v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal Shemei D'Kudashav Rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shvirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata ta'amiran ve'alama v'imru. Yehi Shalama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu Ve'el Kol Yisrael V'yimeru. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'el Kol Yisrael V'yimeru. Amen. May God, who is the author of life and death, who can bring peace, look down upon us all along with our loved ones. May they walk beside us, and may they carry us forward through the darkness to the light. May they be our strength. May we look back, may we look forward, and let's embrace exactly where we are. This is where we're supposed to be. The destiny, the future is right ahead of us. We don't know what it holds, but we know we're supposed to be a part of it, and we will do what is right and good and just. So, please be seated. Well, our president is playing violin at Beauty and the Beast, and so it's good for her to be able to have another avenue for her wonderful gifts. But we're grateful, so grateful for our musical director, Dan Spector, and Amy Wolf on uke. It is so wonderful to have you. It's always a pleasure. And it's wonderful to have the two Judys on the bima here. We have so many Judys in this congregation. And it's wonderful to have Crystal and the sisterhood, everybody up here. So we have to look around and make that list and measure, what do we have good in our lives? You know, the bad stuff, hopefully, whatever it is, we'll carry forward together, b'yachad. And so we are going to have, as I mentioned, Gail has brought delicious cake and cookies and fruit. So please make sure that you'll come over here and celebrate with us. And yes, Diana, I'm going to say everything. I'm not done yet, okay? Okay. Don't you think I should save the best for last? Okay, so you trained me well. Okay, so our classes go on, as you know. Mondays are Roger Peterson. The last Wednesday of the month is Dan. And if you want to learn this Hebrew, look to your emails. In September, there will be 2 days of boot camp for Hebrew. Those of you that did not get to relate to the Hebrew letters and what they mean Kabbalistically, we'll do some of that, but then we are going to learn the Hebrew alphabet so that you can get more out of your High Holy Days, even if you just connect to a word, a letter here or there or everywhere, or maybe you've been saying it by rote, or maybe you've been looking at the transliteration. Actually, focusing on those letters and reading Hebrew is what keeps dementia and Alzheimer's away, because it's got power and it has focus and it exercises our mind. Those of you who chant Torah at the High Holy Days or Haftarah, like Crystal, the head of sisterhood, and everybody, you know, you're regenerating your mind and your soul and your spirit. So we will do that. Pickleball, I don't know, how many pickleball people were there, 6 or 7? How many, Deborah? How many were there? Raise your hand if you do pickleball. I don't know. Oh, you do pickleball. Excellent. We'll have to get you on the team. So we do have about 6 or 7 people that are learning how to play pickleball. If you'd like to join in, please contact Mark Tannen. He will be giving another Torah class probably when we get to Genesis, when we start the beginning of the Torah, and he might do something prior to that in September to get everybody a little boot camp, get started for that. That will start up again. You'll have to let him know if you want to do it in person or if you want to do it on Zoom. You know, now there's these Zoom options. So that being said, we have lots of activities. The culinary club went to farmer's market and then went to the museum and then went to eat dinner. It was just a day of constant eating and shopping. We had a little side trip to Nordstrom's in the Grove. We even considered going to a movie to avoid the traffic. But what we had lunch bunch yesterday, but we do have the last Sunday of this month. Jeremy, is it the Saturday or the Sunday? Please look at your email. The last Sunday of the month, we are going to Cafe Misto at 11:30, and we will be having brunch together. And I know some of you go there anyway, so please come join us. And then on Tuesday, the last Tuesday of the month, we are going to Think Prime for early bird bites and happy hour. So Think Prime Steakhouse on Western Boulevard. They have a very extensive happy hour menu and lovely drinks. Hopefully the weather will be nice. We'll sit on the patio. So please look to your email for that. Don't throw away your emails. There's a lot of exciting information of all the things that we do. So we have our next service will be the first Friday in August, and we're going to go back to our schedule of first Friday, second Saturday, third Friday. In September, that's going to be our potential new member open houses. So it's going to shift. Instead of a Saturday, there'll be an extra Friday. So it's going to be the first Friday, the third Friday as normal, and the last Friday to give people an opportunity to come see us prior to Erev Rosh Hashanah on October 2nd. Can you believe we're here already? We're going to start preparing any minute now. It's going to be happening. So now, the best, save for last, is Diana Wolf's birthday. It's coming up, and she and Lynn Cantu are sponsoring. There are flyers in the back. Everyone, if you have one, hold it up so everybody can see. I know some of you took them already. Okay, Susan Fazell has it. They're back there. So, yes, Mr. Spencer, did you want to say something? He's looking around. Okay, so please take a flyer, fill it out, come. It's a fundraiser for Temple, but what it really is a concert to celebrate Diana. She's alive, she's still here, she's come through the darkness. She did not go to the light. She's generating light here at Emet, and we're so grateful for that, and we're grateful to God. We say Baruch Hashem. So our cellist from Kol Nidre will be playing a wonderful selection. You can see it on the flyer that's back there. You'll also be getting it in the mail. There is a packet that will be coming to you with opportunities to give and to support Temple Emet. If you were at the annual congregation meeting, you got these pieces of paper that enable you to get a Hebrew letter, a tribe. If you dedicated your loved ones' names, go over there, the Aleph Bet and the tribes. A leaf over there, you can honor a loved one. If you see blank leaves, it doesn't mean it's available, because some people, like for example, we bought 10, looking into the future. So you have to connect with Mark Reichard, raise your hand, and he will instruct you as to where you can place a leaf on the tree. And then we also have opportunities for you to sponsor something. The light, let there be light, electricity or gardening or, whatever you want to take on, security. So please, anything that you want to give is exciting and helps support Emet and ensures our longevity, l'dor v'dor, from generation to generation. So we're grateful for all of you. Please get your membership packets in. We're looking forward to a wonderful year ahead and a fabulous High Holy Days, right, Dan? Yes. It's going to be extraordinary. Every year we have to top the year before. Oh my gosh, it's such a high bar. That being said, what's our closing song? I see the cake is coming. Wait, Crystal has something to say. Sisterhood, when's your meeting? Which Tuesday? Next Tuesday, 3 o'clock here, Sisterhood. And it's not just the board members, right? All the Sisterhood can come. Yes, Pat, and do you have something of Tikkun Olam to share? Okay, so for some people on live stream, on the last Wednesday of the month, the group will be going to package up groceries again from 5:30 to 8:30, which might overlap with your class. You could always do it from 5:30 to 6:30 and then go home and do Dan's class. Isn't that amazing? 10. The number equals Adonai. These are the things you will find out in the Hebrew letter class. But you guys bring God with you. Okay. Always check your email. The notices will be forthcoming. Thank you to Jeremy for the hospitality that he has set up and provided for us. Thank you for everyone that helped you. I know Fran and Alan. Who else? Who's going to help you after and help clean up? Thank you to all of you that participate in our family. So, what shall be our closing song? Oh, say shalom. You can rise. Oh, say shalom in Roma. May there be peace. I say shalom aleinu. shalom, shalom aleinu, Ya'alkol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh 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 shalom, shalom aleinu, Ya'alkol Yisrael. Woo! Shabbat shalom. Thank you to Mark Tannen and Brian for sound and maintenance and everything. Everyone to the social hall. Shabbat shalom.